Good morning, everybody. So, busy day today. I'm tired. It's raining, but it's cool, which is awesome. It's like 70 degrees outside instead of the 90 with 100% humidity. So, this is what we're working with today. Birds are flying. Birds are chirping. I can actually function today without being completely disgusting. So basically what we're looking at doing today is obviously the S13. We're going to be working on that. We're going to try to get it running today. I've been running into a lot of problems with missing bolts and missing hardware and everything else, so it's just been a complete nightmare, but we're going to get that thing moving today. It's actually the owner's birthday today, and I'd love to get it running for him so that it could be kind of a happy birthday present for him, so we'll see what happens with that. I'm not making any promises, but that's what we're shooting for. Then we've got these pots right here for a machine shop. And basically what we need to do with each one of these is we got to cut all of these off. And then we have to take all of those and make them fit like that. We got to make these straps, make those ears, and we got to weld everything on. We got 15 of those we got to knock out. Those have to be done by Monday. And then on top of it, we also have, let's see if I can flip this. On top of that, we also have Tommy coming down with the K Miata. That should be here. Holy brightness. Wow. That's pretty bright. Why is that ISO not going down? Alright guys, sorry about that. For some reason the ISO decided to set itself to not auto. So the image was getting a little funky. But it is much better now. Yep, there we go. That's better. Okay, yeah, so we got those pots. Tommy's coming down with the K Miata. He should be here in the next half an hour or so. So we got to build an exhaust system for that. So yeah, today's going to be a pretty busy day. I'll try to get you guys in as much footage as I possibly can today. It's just going to be one of those days where I'm trying to crank stuff out, get stuff done. So camera angles might not be weird, timelines might be a little funny, but you will get a video. So I promise you that. But yeah, what I'm going to do now is I'll set you guys up. I got to pull the Honda out. I got to drop the S13 down. We're going to start working on the S13. See how far we can get on that before Tommy gets here, and then I'll bring you guys back. Alright, so let me let you guys in on a little bit of a secret. So, I know I've been talking about getting a new shop, and I know that some of you guys that are in our lives have heard us talking about getting a new, bigger shop. Well, we were going to get a new, bigger shop, and it was a very nice shop. It was laid out perfectly for what we were looking for, and it was in a very good location. Not perfect for what we wanted location-wise, but still good. The facility was awesome. The layout was great. Now, I spoke to the owner of the property, caught a few bad vibes. As time went on, it just basically, myself and the owner of the property don't see eye to eye with a lot of things, and unfortunately, that kind of killed the whole new shop thing. So we are currently still looking for a new place. We're going to stick it out here for a little while. We are definitely 100% out of room here. But we need to find that perfect place, guys. I never showed my old place, the place I had before this one. It was about 6,000 square feet. It was a little bit bigger than I needed because I'm only one guy, so it was a lot to take care of. But we're in 1,000 square feet now. We need 1,500 to 2,000. The hunt is on. So for those of you guys that were wondering why we're still in the old shop, why we haven't moved yet, that's why. We basically spent 3 months gearing up to move everything into a new shop, and it fell through. So I guess, you know what, such is life and such is business. Business is business, and my relationship with the property owner in a business sense was not going to work. It would have not been a good mix. So we decided not to do it. We decided to cut our losses, and here we are, still here. So we're gonna make the best of what we got here and hopefully get something a little bit bigger, maybe more towards the winter, maybe next year. I don't know yet. We'll see what happens. We might stay in this place. We might outfit this a little bit better and stay here. So we'll see what happens. Again, I'm only one guy, so I don't need a huge spot, but that's what happened to me moving into a new shop, in case any of you were wondering. Just a couple quick updates. Tommy, Jimmy, Luke, B Hall, all just left. Tommy dropped off the K Miata, which is right here. I always love when he drops off cars, because by the time he drops them off, they're running and driving, so I don't have to push them everywhere. But we're going to be doing an intake that's probably going to go from here over this way and down and into the bumper to try to get some cold air into this K-Series. And then we're going to be doing a full exhaust on it. So, I don't know. First Miata I've ever seen that is actually semi-interesting. But I'll take you guys through the process of building the exhaust and the intake. And we'll probably be doing that either later today or tomorrow. But now, what I want to go over with you guys is very important. These are the things that drive a man to drink. So we're working on the S13, like I said we were gonna. And I didn't want to update you guys because there's a lot of boring stuff that needs to go on with this car right now. But let me just show you the reason why these things take so long. So, trying to put this thing back together to get it to its original basic stock form, so that I can get it cranked and make sure that there's no leaks, no anything. So we got the oil line ran over to the Turbski. Then we got the power steering pump mounted back up, power steering belt back on. But guys, here's what's going on with this car right now. So here's the fuel rail. You'll see 2 injectors in the fuel rail and 2 missing. Where are they? I don't know. 2 of the 4 nuts on the pulley were missing. I don't know where those are. The radiator does this and doesn't fit in the brackets because the 2 lower rubber mounts are missing. There was a clamp missing over here. There's, in the power steering pump bracket, there's a bolt missing there. There's a bolt missing there. There's a bolt missing there. The EGR block off, the EGR bolts were missing. These are literally the types of things that drive me crazy. Now, I really, 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 really like the individual that owns this car, and I want to get it done for him. I want to get it done as nicely and as quickly as possible. But now, we got to go find bolts. We got to track down bolts, the right size bolts, the right bolts. We're not going to use the wrong bolts, we're using the right ones. We got to track down another coupler. We got to track down the other 2 injectors. I could just put the new injectors in, but I don't want to do that. I want to get everything sorted the way that it was, because I don't know what else is wrong with this thing. So I'm going to work on this thing a little bit more today. We still got all these that we need to get done at some point. So it's turning into one of those days, guys. It's turning into one of those days. I don't know. Let's go find some bolts. So, we got the injectors. Julian stopped down, brought us the injectors, so we're good there. We got those. We got some miscellaneous bolts that we're missing too that he had laying around the house. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these 2 injectors in. Once I get these 2 injectors in, we'll bolt the fuel rail down. Once I bolt the fuel rail down, we're going to prime the system, make sure there's no leaks, and then I'm going to slap the old MAF on it real quick and see if we can get it started to check for oil leaks, coolant leaks, all that other stuff. So, here we go. Okie dokie, guys. I'm trying to not to say alright guys every time, but we've got the wastegate installed, the tile 38 installed. We have all of the cold side piping or hot side piping or compressor side piping done. We didn't do the passenger side piping yet, and the reason why is because I want to get this thing started. So we popped on the stock MAF with the filter and got all the vacuum lines sorted, got everything, all the block off plates in place, everything in place. Everything's hooked up. What we're going to do now is we are actually going to try to start this for the first time. We're going to check for oil leaks. We're going to check for fuel leaks. We're going to check for leaks in general. And if all is well, then all is well, and we'll continue. So here we go. There we go. We have a runner. Actually runs pretty good so far. We can't leave it running too long though because we don't have any cooling in it. So what we want to do right now is just quickly check for oil leaks down here. Check for oil leaks at the turbo, at the drain, look for anything on the floor. I think we should be good though. So we'll let this run for a couple of seconds and we're going to shut it down. So good news is good news. No leaks, cooling system is full, brought her up to temperature. No fuel leaks, no oil leaks, no nothing. I really wish I could find a better way to route that hose, or I'm going to cover it in something black so it looks a little bit more presentable, because I don't like it right there. But the way this kit is goofy, so you can't really run this thing in any way, shape, or form that resembles any kind of coolness. But we'll get it done. So now what we're going to do is we're going to finish up this side of the intercooler piping, go from the throttle body here down to this pipe here, and then we are going to hopefully button up that aspect of things. We'll take it for a quick drive, make sure everything physically is working fine. And then, once we get back from that drive, we'll make sure everything's good, check everything out, then we're going to pop the new injectors in, pop the Nismotronic in, start tuning this car. I mean, it's still a few little things we got to tidy up, like we got to hook up the fans, we got to find more bolts for the fans because those broke when Julian was taking them out. So I spoke with him today and he said, you know, yeah, we are missing a lot of bolts. Some of them I got pissed and I threw them. The others just broke as they were coming out. So not to be, you know, that's expected with a car like this. It's a 1989. The car's old. It's a Northeast car. Bolts break all the time. So we are going to have to source a lot of hardware for this. But for the most part, once we get fuel pump, injectors, that stuff in, it's just gauges and the car's done. And we're good. We can get it out of here. And Julian can go enjoy it. So I'm super happy. I'm super stoked that this thing is running now. I'm going to finish up that piping. We'll get that done. And then, yeah, we should be pretty good with obviously all the other stuff that I told you about. So that's the day for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed part 6 now, I think we're on. The car's running. It's excellent. It's idling perfect. We're just going to finish up that piping, do a few little odds and ends. The next episode, you'll see me tidying up the last little bits of everything, getting the new injectors in, getting the ECU in, and then finally we'll be tuning it. So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for the next one, and I will see you guys soon.